Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, we continue our discussion on Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka, Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka of Lord Chaitanya himself. And so far we have discussed 5 verses. And these 5 verses comprise, we can say, sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti. That means practice, how to practice our consciousness to come to the spiritual level. Yes. And the first verse actually explains 7 boons of chanting of the holy names, and also it implies faith in chanting, because without faith no one will chant the holy name. Whatever we do, actually, we do it because of faith. Even atheists, whatever they do because of faith. Of nothing else than faith. Yes, so living entity is a living being of faith. Also, Krishna explains this in 17th chapter of Bhagavata-gita, that yes, everyone is endowed with faith, but different kinds of faith. So, and then we explained the gradual process. Although Krishna Chaitanya explained in first verse how chanting of the holy name is most blissful process, and although one can taste bliss on every step, he said in the very next verse that he don't feel any taste for the holy name. Yes, and it is explained that this is because of the offenses. And then he explains how it's possible to really connect with the holy name, that we can always stay connected with the Lord through the chanting of the holy name. And this is, of course, by adopting certain qualities. First is humility, then it's tolerance, and not expecting any respect for oneself, and giving respect to every living entity, actually. These are completely against our natural instincts in this material world. So we should understand spiritual life is the opposite of material life. And one who would like to live both lives together, both lives together, he will not be successful. Yes. Either he will fail in spiritual life or he will fail in material life. It's not possible to live both lives. We have to face it, because if we want to be materially successful, we will not be spiritually successful. That doesn't mean that we cannot be successful in this world, but we should do it everything for Lord's pleasure. Otherwise, we'll ruin our spiritual life if we are not focused on being a servant. Yes. It's not that just we contribute something. We should understand this very deeply. We shouldn't just contribute something of our fruits of our work to propagate Krishna consciousness, for example, because this contribution of just something, it's actually karma yoga. It's not bhakti. It's karma yoga. Yes, I work, I'm a master of my fruits of my work, and part of it I dedicate it to the Lord for some good cause, or some transcendental cause even. But otherwise I have all my fruits of my work for myself. Yes, this is karma yoga. This is not bhakti. Bhakti means I'm a servant. I'm a servant in every regard, in every circumstance. Even if I'm the president of a country, if I'm a devotee, still I remember I'm a servant. Or if I'm a CEO of some great corporation, if I'm a devotee, I understand I'm just a servant. I would like to serve in this situation. And still I keep these qualities. Trinada pisanichana tororivasa Krishna, amanina manadina kirtanya sadahari. That I'm more humble than a blade of grass, and tolerant as a tree, and don't respect for myself, and offer it to everyone. Only if we have such a disposition, we can really connect with the Lord. Then Kirtanya Sadahari is possible. Otherwise, Shri Guru Nitai ki jai, Shri Radha Govinda Madhava ki jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanandi. Otherwise, our spiritual life will be mockery. Yes, and no one that I know from devotees, they, at least the declaration is such that he wants to be really devotee. Yes, not that spiritual life is some mockery, just a show. No. If one is sincere, he doesn't want his spiritual life to be a mockery. He wants something genuine. But this genuine is, we cannot cheat it. We cannot cheat Krishna. Who can cheat Krishna? No one can cheat Krishna. Krishna is the best cheat. If one wants to cheat Krishna, he'll definitely be cheated. Yes. So it's in our interest not to cheat Krishna. Yes. To be just a servant. And then we can really pray from our heart. Nadanam najanam nasundarim kavitam vajragadisha kamayi mama janmani janmanishwari bhavatad bhakti-yoga tvayi. That I don't want wealth. I don't want followers. Or Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this janam can also mean sons and daughters and many relatives and so on, and other people who adore us. So I don't want this. Then my prayer can be genuine, even if we pray like this. Yes. Because if we don't have these qualities from third verse, we'll never adopt really from our heart this fourth prayer, that we don't want anything of this world. Yes. And only if we have such a disposition that we don't want anything of this world, that we want just a Haitiki bhakti, pure devotional service, unconditional devotional service, unmotivated devotional service. So I don't perform devotional service to get anything. Yes. Not even relief from pain, not even my food or anything. I just perform it to please you, my Lord. This is Ahaituki Bhakti. And it's actually the only thing that satisfies the heart, nothing else, really. Otherwise, we'll always be frustrated, because then we are in the center. If we don't put unconditionally the Lord in the center, then we are in the center. And immediately when our self is in the center, we are frustrated because there are so many centers. Yes. Only the Lord is the only center. Yes. So we cannot be satisfied if we are in the center. Not possible. And we have tried from time immemorial to be happy in the center position, but we didn't succeed. Yes. So if one thinks that this time he'll be successful, he's crazy and nothing else. Yeah. So yes, and then only when we adopt this prayerful mood, please, I don't want anything of this world. That doesn't mean that we reject our duties. We should understand this. Don't reject your duties. If you're a father or mother or a husband or a wife or a teacher or a student or anything, you should perform your duties. But with this idea, I'm just your servant. I'm a servant of my Guru Maharaj, who is the servant of Krishna. And of course, he teaches me how to be a servant of Krishna directly. Yes. So, this should be my disposition. And then only we can pray, Ayi nanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishamim bhavam vudau. Kripaya tava pada pankajastita dulisa darshan vichintaya. Please, Lord, be merciful. Take me as a speck of dust at your lotus feet. Yes. I somehow or other fell in this terrible ocean of material existence. And what this means, not that I pray for liberation, that after death I go to the spiritual world. No, this ocean of material existence is in my mind, is in my consciousness. I have so many material desires, and this is this terrible ocean. Although I pray to you, I don't want anything, still there is sex desire in my heart. There is desire for wealth in my heart. There is desire to be liberated from miseries in my heart. And this is great ocean of material existence. I have fallen into this and I'm still flowing into this. Please put me as a speck of dust at your feet. Only when I'm as a speck of dust at your feet, I'm safe. Even if I live in this world, because in just previous verse he says, Janmani Janmanishvari Bhavatad Bhakti Rahitagi. Even if I am born again and again, no problem. But I don't want to be part of this material consciousness. Yeah. This material consciousness is this terrible ocean of birth and death. Because on our consciousness depends our life. Yes. If we have material consciousness, we'll have material life. If we have Krishna consciousness, we'll have Krishna's life. Yeah. So we mentioned this, that if one wants to be in the spiritual world after death, he has to be in the spiritual world now. Yes. You should live in the spiritual world now. That doesn't mean that the body will not feel pain. Once Sridhar Maharaj said, this ISKCON Sridhar Maharaj, Jolly Swami was called, he said that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Yes, because we can choose either to focus on our material pains, because material pain will always come in gross body and also subtle body. Our mind, intelligence will feel some pain because they are designed. We should understand that mind and intelligence and gross material senses, they're designed for materially successful existence. Yes. If we just one of our senses is dead, for example, we can't see, or we can't hear, or we can't taste, we are very much endangered. Our existence is endangered, or touch, or anything. If it would be something very dangerous and we will be hit with, and we couldn't feel, it would be dangerous for our life. Yes, a snake, or if we are hit by some stick or anything like this, and if we don't feel pain, or we break our leg and we don't feel pain, we can die. Therefore, all our senses are created, are designed for this purpose to live as comfortably and as qualitatively as possible in this material world. So our senses will always suffer something on gross level and subtle level, even if we are Paramahamsas, but will not suffer if we are Paramahamsas, because we have completely different vision. Because then we'll be actually grateful to the Lord that we feel these different pains, because we'll consider if these pains that come in my life are just your mercy, my Lord, because otherwise I'll be always locked in this material world, completely engrossed in my selfish desires. So these pains are great mercy, and help me to really connect with you. So I'm really grateful for this. And Queen Kunti prays for more and more miseries. Vipadak santu takshashvat tattar jagat guru. Bhavato darshanam yatsya punar bhavadarshanam. Because whenever there are miseries in my life, you, my Lord, appears directly. And when we see your Lordship, we will not see next birth again.
This is for advanced devotee.
Yes, we should become advanced devotee. Many times we hear this, oh, this is for advanced devotee, this is, such thoughts are for advanced devotees. But what does this implies? That I will never be advanced devotee, with other words. Prabhupada came here to make advanced devotees, not neophytes forever. Yes. So we should understand this. Yes, this is for neophyte and this is for advanced. I should strive for be advanced. Of course, if we are advanced, we never consider ourselves advanced, but then we act as advanced devotee. and we don't seek excuses, because if we say I'm not advanced, actually means I'm seeking excuses for maintaining my material desires, actually, and conditionings. So this is a great problem. This is another way of cheating, with humble attitude. That I'm not advanced. That means I can cheat. Without bad conscience. Yes. So yes, we should be sincere. And only when we are like this, then we can enter to Bhava Bhakti. Yes. from sadhana to bhava bhakti. And we should understand that first we should engage in devotional service. Then, with engagement in devotional service, our soul becomes purified. Ceto darpana marjanam. And this purification is called anartha nivritti, because there are many anarthas in our heart. From time immemorial, there are heaps and heaps of anarthas.
What is anartha?
Artha means wealth or something desirable, and anartha is the opposite. It's something not desirable, or something that deprives us of wealth. And usually people understand wealth as money and assets, material assets, but spiritually enlightened person considers wealth his spiritual wealth, spiritual connection with Krishna. So anartha means not to be spiritually connected, these obstacles to our spiritual connection. So by chanting of the holy name and by performing devotional service, we get purified of these anarthas. And then we come to the level of nishtha, of fixed devotional service. Fixed devotional service. And only if we are fixed, I think we have discussed this in one of our lectures here, only if we are fixed, we can attain taste, ruchi. Yes, if we are not fixed, there will be no taste. If we are not absorbed, there will be no taste. Because we cannot taste anything if we are not absorbed. We gave this comparison with if we eat something in haste, then we realize I haven't tasted anything because we weren't absorbed. Our mind was somewhere else. We weren't present at this tasting of prasad. So we couldn't taste prasad, even though it may be delicious. So it's the same in our spiritual practice. If we don't absorb, we'll never taste. But only with taste, if we taste something, we become attached, isn't it? Yes. Therefore, people are attached to different material enjoyments. They are attached to sex life. They are attached to tasting food. They are attached to different enjoyments, to playing games, to attach to so many things, because they have taste for it. They taste something pleasurable, therefore they become attached. And so only if we are attached, we can develop asakti, deep attachment. And only if we are attached dearly to something, then love can awaken. And this is bhava. This is bhava. And here it is explained in the 6th verse. Nayanam galata shuddharayadan vadanam gadgada rudayagira pulakar nichitam vapukkada tavanama grahane bhavishyati. I will read the translation. My dear Lord, when will my eyes be beautified by filling with tears that constantly glide down as I chant your holy name? When will my voice falter and all the hairs on my body stand erect in transcendental happiness as I chant your holy name? So this is hankering for deep emotional feelings to the Lord. Genuine devotional feelings, not some pretense to make show of a devotion in public. Yeah, so these are external symptoms of perfection. External symptoms of perfection. Yes, these bodily changes. And in the previous verse, Lord Chaitanya prayed, just put me as a speck of dust at your lotus feet. But then we can say this boon was granted. He was put as a speck of dust at his Lord's lotus feet. But then new desires come. Yes, I'm not satisfied only with this position. I want to be completely absorbed in loving feelings towards you. It's not enough for me to be just at your lotus feet. I want to feel love for you. I want for you to be the only object of my thoughts. Yes. If I believe that every one of you was at least once in your life in love, isn't it? And when you are in love, you can hardly think of anything else than of your beloved. Yes. And you meditate to do everything for your beloved. Yes. To attract his or her love also. So it's the same with the devotee towards Krishna. If he's the only object of one's love, then he's the object of every our thought, of every our emotion also. Yes, and therefore such a prayer can become genuine in our heart. My life is useless if I don't feel anything for you, my Lord. Yes. This is genuine prayer, but it can be possible only if we are really fixed in our relationship with the Lord. Yes. If you become a speck of dust at Lord's lotus feet, otherwise it's impossible. Otherwise it'll be just another cheating mentality, a cheating way. Yes, I want tears, but I want tears for my enjoyment. I want tears and these emotional feelings just to enjoy, not because of my love, because I want to enjoy. Because we are all conditioned to enjoy. We just said so many times, we want to taste. We are living entities of joy. Ananda mayobhya sat. We want to be Ananda. This is our nature. We cannot, our eternal nature, we cannot go around this. Yes, we don't want to be miserable, not even for a moment. Who wants to be miserable for a moment? No one. Yes, no one wants to be miserable for a moment, not even for a moment. If you say you'll be miserable for a moment and then blissful all the time, good, I can accept this. But otherwise, I don't want any moment to be miserable. Yes. So yes, and there are 9 symptoms of bhava, and I think it's good to discuss them. Not that we are on the level of bhava, maybe you are, but I'm definitely not. But still, why we would discuss these symptoms of bhava? Because on level of bhava, one naturally is like this. But on the level of sadhana, we should practice this. Because sadhya depends on our sadhana. Therefore, we should know what are the symptoms of bhava that we can practice them. And this is not just your hair stand on end. We cannot practice this. Maybe we can if we go outside when it's cold in a t-shirt, and we can experience standing hairs on end. But this is useless, such practice. So yes, first symptoms is kshanti, patience, forbearance. Yes, and Lord Chaitanya already mentioned this, how important it is to practice patience, that one should be as patient as a tree. Yes. Without this, devotional life is not possible. Yes. So here is the explanation. A devotee remains undisturbed by external difficulties, insults, or delays in spiritual progress, maintaining focus on Krishna with tolerance and peace. This reflects inner calm despite material turmoil. So we can see there may be insults, there may be external difficulties, and there will be, not there may be, there will be, no doubt about it, that there will be many difficulties. And as we discussed already, they are Krishna's mercy. They are not just pain in the neck, unnecessary. They are Krishna's mercy for our advancement. And we should take them like this, with this consciousness, and be grateful to the Lord for them. Yes. So, even if there are delays in our spiritual progress, and of course every moment is a delay in our eyes, because we want to taste. Again, this taste is so important, and if we don't have spiritual tastes, we'll definitely hanker for material tastes. Yes. We'll definitely will go for material enjoyments, even in a garb of spiritual life. We'll unnecessarily enjoy in prasad, or in company with opposite sex. Yes, it's so pleasurable to converse with the opposite sex. Yes, it brings so much satisfaction, so much enjoyment, even if it don't go any further than just speaking, but it's pleasurable. Yes. And therefore, we'll seek such things, and we can see. I have seen many brahmacharis laughing and speaking to women. Yes. This is because they don't have taste for spiritual life. So this is extremely dangerous for our spiritual life. Yes. Even if we are grihastha, we shouldn't have any unnecessary contact with the opposite sex. Only if there is some service really needed, not that this service is our excuse to associate with the opposite sex. Yes. This attraction, male-female attraction, is the most powerful force of this material world, and we should not play with the fire. Nanvagnih parmadanama grita kumbha samachpaman. Satama pira hojachat anyadaya avatartachrit. it is explained in 7th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, that ladies are like fire and men are like pot of butter. And when you put fire and butter together, butter definitely melts. It cannot be otherwise. So one should be careful even with his own daughter, this verse says. Yes. What to speak of contact with other women? Yes. If unnecessary. If there is some real business, some real service to be performed, it's acceptable. But strictly business, nothing else. Yes. Hare Krishna. And this is patience also, that we tolerate urges of our senses and mind. Yes. So we should practice this. We should practice this. It's genuine on the level of bhava, but on material conditioned state, it's not natural. It's against our nature. Therefore, we should practice. Yes. You practice something that is not in your command, isn't it? If you want to play some musical instrument, you have to practice. And if you're clumsy, you have to practice more. Yeah. So, and we are all clumsy in spiritual life, because from time immemorial we are here in material world. So it's something completely unnatural for conditioned living entity. The next one is avyartha kalatvam, utilization of time, not wasting time. This can be really hard one, yes, because yes, people are wasting time terribly. Even devotees. Yes. These social media are created for time wasting. Yes. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know the names of others. Twitter. Yes, now it's not Twitter anymore. Now it's X. Yes. X. Yes. So many different distractions, unlimited distractions. And as long as we don't have taste for spiritual life, we will definitely go for these distractions. Yes, we cannot help us not to go to these distractions. So, as long as we are conditioned, we should pray, Krishna, help us. I don't want to waste time. I want to be completely engaged in your service. Please help me. Please help me to find a way to be engaged all the time. So, one good exercise for this purpose is to have daily plan what to do. Yes, and what our consciousness should be. And then we can check ourselves regularly. And since we eat every day, these meals are very appropriate breaks that we can check our progress so far during the day. So at breakfast I can estimate my morning and plan for the forenoon. And at lunch I can estimate my forenoon and plan my afternoon. and at supper, or at least at evening's milk or anything like this, we can estimate our afternoon and evening, and then go to bed early, that we can wake up very early. Yes. And we wake up very early. I don't know about English. You're Englishman, so in Slovene we have expression that early morning is golden. That means that you could derive great benefit if you get up early in the morning. Is there any expression like this in English?
I have no idea.
Hare Krishna. Is there any expression like this in French?
We say in India that the more early you wake up, the more extra time you get. Something like that we have in India.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I can relate to what you are saying.
Yes. So if we, yes, early hours are golden hours. Something like this is in Slovene. Yes. Sorry?
Miracle morning.
Miracle morning. Yes, good, very good. Yes. So we can. This can be an exercise, because we said that we have to exercise. As long as we are not perfect, we should exercise. We cannot go beyond or around these exercises. We have to practice. This is sadhana. Sadhana means practice, exercising. This abhyasa yoga, drill of our consciousness, constant drill of our consciousness. Yes, it's important. And these are proverbs.
Expressions.
The early bird catches the worm. Yes, it's a good one. Yes, rise and shine. Up with the lark. Yes. Bright and early. Crack of dawn. Yes, this I like the first the most. Thank you very much. Yes, catches the worm. So yes, we should engage in practice. Don't forget this. Lazy people, and Kali Yuga, practically everyone is lazy. One has to force himself not to be lazy. So lazy people will always cheat themselves that this is mechanical process. That I just follow some ritual. In our regard, this is 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles, and even these 4 regulative principles not so strict. As Prahladānanda Maharaj many times saying jokingly, I'm really focusing on following, but I can follow 3. I cannot follow 4, but I can follow 3. No eggs, no fish, no meat. Yes.
What did you say?
I joked about these 4 regulative principles, that people, if they are not serious, they say that they cannot follow 4, they can follow 3. And these 3 are no eggs, no fish, no meat. Yes, Hare Krishna. So we should practice. Don't be lazy. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. It's not a mechanical process. Yes. Mechanical is our material life. We don't have to strive for it. Yes. It is natural for us. Then third one is virakti. Virakti means detachment. Yes. And detachment is natural for a devotee. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti-yoga. It is explained by Lord Chaitanya. Yes. That bhakti-yoga, for bhakti, is detachment is natural because we are attached to Krishna. And but we have to know we are Tatashta Shakti. What Tatashta Shakti means? Tatashta Shakti means that we are not independent nature. Tatashta means marginal nature, always influenced by some superior nature, some more powerful force. Either internal nature, we are under the influence of internal nature, or under the influence of external nature. We cannot be independent. It's not possible. We are Tatashta Shakti. Therefore, Krishna explains this. Mogasha moga karma no moga jnana vichetasa. Rakshasim asurim chaiva prakriti mohinim shitaha. Either we take prakriti mohinim shitaha, we take shelter of prakriti mohinim, of the illusory energy. Mohinim means illusory, and prakriti means nature. Or mahatmanas tumam parta devim prakriti marshita. So, on the other side, there are Mahatmas, and Mahatmas take shelter of Devi Prakriti Ashrita. They take shelter of divine energy. Yes. So we always take shelter, either of Prakriti Mohinim or Devi Prakriti. We cannot be independent. So, we are attached to one or the other. We cannot be attached to both. Therefore, Lord Jesus said that one can serve only one master, not two. Then you will serve one and despise the other. So, if we serve our material nature, and we seek excuses why we have to serve material nature, we'll have Krishna consciousness only for a decoration. That will be more pleased when we see our reflection in a mirror. Yes, I look nice. My Krishna consciousness is very nice decoration. But actually I'm attached to my material life, and I don't want to give it up. Actually, it's impossible to give it up if we don't seek shelter of Krishna's internal energy. It's impossible to give it up because we are Tatashta Shakti. So we have to take shelter of some energy. Yes. And actually, this Devi Prakriti is the same as Prakriti Mohinim. Krishna has one energy. This is Radharani. But immediately when we pray to the Lord for material boons, to material relief from suffering, from anything like this, Radharani turns to Durga, to Prakriti Mohinim. So either we have Durga or Radha. We cannot have both. Yes, we cannot have both. We cannot have Durga and Radha together. Yes. So we should understand this. Attachment to matter means attachment to Durga. Attachment to Krishna means attachment to Radha. Yes. You cannot have both. You should understand this. Therefore, virakti. Yes. Mana shunyata, freedom from pride. And this is also one of these most essential items that were explained in third chapter. Amanina manadina. Amanina. So mana shunyata is symptom of bhava. But as long as we are not experiencing it, we should practice it. Yes, we should practice it. I consciously give respect to everyone. I consciously, although I feel so much pain because of different insults or misjudgments or false accusations, I feel so much pain in my heart. But I consciously don't retaliate. I consciously refrain from defending myself. Although it's painful, it is painful, because we identify with his body, and these insults or injustices are jeopardizing our spiritual existence. Yes, are against our spiritual existence. Therefore, they're painful. Just as if we break our leg is painful because it's against our existence to have broken bone. So it's broken heart. Materially broken heart is also painful, very painful. But we should understand, mana shunyata, this should be one of our exercises. Yes. Okay, we can continue this in our next session, because I don't want to go to be too long and leave some room for your questions. So, is there any question or comment or doubt? Yes, please.
So, you were saying at one point that if it's not pure 100%, it's karma kanda. I'm not, I think it's a little, I've never seen this. It's mixed devotionals of it. Karma kanda.
No, I didn't say karma kanda. I said karma yoga.
Karma yoga. Well, you know, karma yoga.
Yoga means bhakti. But karma yoga is mixed bhakti.
Yeah, that's all. Mixed bhakti.
Yes.
I didn't know.
But mixed bhakti means keeping material attachments.
Yeah, I know, but we're not in process of purification, you know. And Prabhupada is not he did not discourage he encouraged devotees to want to get liberated, you know, get free from misery. So was he encouraging?
Yes, this is my point also. I want to encourage everyone to give up material desires.
I know, but, the thing is that
The problem is, if we are comfortable with material desires, if we are not comfortable with our material desire, then everything is perfect. Because then I understand, I have material desires, but I want to get rid of them. But if I don't have this consciousness, if I am comfortable with my material desires, then I am cheating myself. Then I cannot ever get Krishna prema. And we are here because we want to get Krishna prema. At least this is our philosophy. Maybe someone is not here to get Krishna prema, but that means that he has no clear understanding. Because this keeping material desires and be comfortable with them means prolonging our suffering also. So, therefore, these things should be put very clear, that we can reassess our spiritual progress. Yes. Therefore, it's so important to direct our ship as we can say, our ship, which is floating towards some destination, it should be properly directed. If we say the waves are coming from this side, no problem if I go a little bit astray. Here I can go like this little bit, but in 1,000 miles it will be very extremely great gap. We'll completely miss our destination. So yes, this is very important. Hare Krishna. Yes. You have.
I just wondered if there are any other words for Shanti.
Shanti.
Yeah, you said patience. I think.
No. You misunderstood. Shanti is peace.
That's what I've heard before.
Yes, but this is not Shanti. This is Kshanti. K Shanti.
Ah, Kshanti. Okay.
Kshanti. K Shanti. Yes, and this is forbearance. This is patience. It's Kshanti. Yes, this is difference.
Yeah, definitely. But I wasn't listening.
Yeah, but sounds very similar.
Sounds very similar. That's
Yes.
why it's Shanti is peaceful.
Yes.
Very same point. Is your Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, in today's lecture you mentioned you covered a lot about relationships. So my question is that from the lectures which you have given, the only true relationship with which a Jivatma or soul can have is with Krishna, and all other relationships are temporary. But in this material world, I could, if I have to classify the relation types, I would say two types of relation. One which is formed the moment we take birth, like parents, brothers, sisters. The second type of relationship is
Marriage relationship.
when we make like our wife or friends.
Yes.
So to survive and to excel in this world, we have to make relationship. But how we can take inspiration from the spiritual text, so that we have to follow the relationship. But when these people who are around us like leave their body or they break away because of this Kali Yuga, how to be unaffected by that? How can we practice that? Yeah.
Yes. As we mentioned before, that we will definitely experience some suffering, mental suffering, bodily suffering, because the relationship brings some quality in our material existence. We cannot live without relationship because we are social animals. So we have to have father and mother. We cannot avoid it. Although in modern world there are many cases even without father and mother, which is very, very sad, but still. We cannot avoid having friends, and majority marry, or at least have some partner, if we express like this. This reminds me very much on a business deal, which of course it is. So, when we lose our beloved, one who we love, naturally we feel pain. Like if we break our bone, we feel pain. And if we lose someone who is dear to us, we feel mental pain. It's very natural. But devotee understands, yes, these pains are Krishna's mercy. And they are helpful for me to turn to him more deeply and sincerely. Yes. If we have this disposition, we'll definitely advance very quickly. Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes. Is there anything else? Any other question or comment? Okay. Thank you very much for your attention. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Please accept my